When we talk about the most powerful mob bosses in history, we often conjure images of sharp suits, whispered deals in smoky backrooms, and the relentless pursuit of power at any cost. Among the shadowy figures who have haunted the underworld, few loom as large or as enigmatic as Vincent the Chin Gigante. His story, as explored in the chronicles of Mafia's greatest hits, reveals not just the cunning and ruthlessness it takes to climb the ranks of organized crime, but also the lengths to which such men will go to evade justice. Vincent Gigante's ascent to the pinnacle of the Genovese crime family is a tale that begins in the bustling heart of New York City. Born in 1928, Gigante grew up in a world where opportunity was scarce and ambition was everything. He started as a humble boxer, but his talents quickly found a more lucrative application in the world of organized crime. By the 1980s, Gigante had become the undisputed boss of the Genovese family, one of the infamous 5 families that ruled New York's underworld. What set Gigante apart from his contemporaries was not just his power, but his extraordinary cunning. He orchestrated criminal enterprises with an iron grip, rarely exposing himself to direct risk. Instead, he mastered the art of delegation, ensuring that his orders traveled through layers of loyal associates. This made it nearly impossible for law enforcement to tie him directly to any crime. His operations spanned gambling, loan sharking, extortion, and racketeering, pouring millions into the coffers of the Genovese family and solidifying his reputation as one of the most formidable figures in Mafia history. But Vincent Gigante's most infamous tactic was psychological warfare against the authorities. In a move that stunned both the public and law enforcement, Gigante began feigning mental illness. He was frequently seen wandering the streets of Greenwich Village in a bathrobe and slippers, mumbling to himself and appearing disoriented. To the untrained eye, he was a harmless eccentric, perhaps even pitiable. But behind this carefully constructed facade was a razor-sharp mind, orchestrating some of the most sophisticated criminal operations in the country. For years, this act proved astonishingly effective. Prosecutors and FBI agents struggled to build a case against Gigante, hindered by the lack of direct evidence and his apparent incompetence to stand trial. The authorities' frustration grew as he continued to elude justice, his legend only growing with each bizarre public appearance. The Chin had become a ghost, haunting the corridors of power, but always just out of reach. The turning point came with the implementation of the RICO Act in 1972. This groundbreaking legislation allowed prosecutors to target the leaders of organized crime, even if they weren't directly committing the crimes themselves. It was a game changer, and for Gigante, it marked the beginning of the end. Investigators painstakingly gathered evidence, flipping insiders and tracking the money trails that led inexorably back to the Genovese boss. Finally, in 1997, after years of cat-and-mouse games, the law caught up with Vincent Gigante. He was convicted of racketeering, murder, and other charges, earning a decade-long prison sentence. His conviction was a watershed moment in the fight against organized crime, a testament to the perseverance of law enforcement and the power of modern legal tools. Vincent Gigante's reign was defined by secrecy, manipulation, and a masterful understanding of human psychology. His story stands as a stark reminder of the Mafia's ability to adapt and survive in the face of relentless pressure. Yet, it also illustrates a fundamental truth. No matter how powerful or untouchable a mob boss may seem, justice can, and often does, find a way.